This video tutorial is all about self-myofascial release for postnatal recovery. All right, so I have Miss Margaret assisting me here today. She's going to be hanging out. If you're a busy mom, highly recommend incorporating your child into your workouts and just using like functional movement patterns to get them on and off the ground. You might see there's some accessory drool here on the mat. And always, if your baby's ready for tummy time, just make sure they're always in an ideal position and you're helping them. I love to just kind of lift her up a little bit and help her paraspinals and back extensors start to activate. So I'll do what I can with Margaret here. I'm going to scoot some Mace out of the way. So one of the things that I noticed with coming back from pregnancy was excessive kyphosis in my upper back, my upper spine. So this is a RAD roller, and I'll place the RAD roller basically right around my bra strap area, lying on my back. Now, of course, if you have experience with RAD roller and you want to lift your baby up, you can. Margaret looks pretty darn happy there, so I'm just going to work around her. You can start with placing the RAD roller right between your shoulder blades. Start with some pelvic tilts initially, moving forward and back. Next progression, you can pelvic tilt forward as you lift your head and shoulders. You're doing great, Margs. She's crushing it over here. Lift head and shoulders, put a little pressure into the feet. And then eventually you can lift and kind of roll and flush here. Moving up, extension on the way back, flexion on the way up. So you'll find there's other areas in your back that definitely have adapted from like being in a rounded forward position. So let's say I'm nursing and everything is pulled forward. So I'm nursing, I've got like shoulder forward here, I've got excessive kyphosis, and over time these muscles and fascia are going to be put on a tight constriction, so they're going to be contracting, and then these back ones are put on a stretch. So in order to reverse that, it takes a little care. First we got to make sure baby's happy. She's always the most important thing. And then you can work into actually releasing the frontline fascia. So I'm going to put Margaret in this nice little soft rug position. We'll see how she does. You want to play with the ball, Bubbles? She's just working on her little hip lifts, as you can see here. So you can start by massaging the pec here and the pec minor, just making a kneading pattern, and then eventually stretching your arm up overhead. Get my Mace out of the way because I don't need it here. So stretch, reach, palm facing in. And this for me feels really, really tight, so I want to be tender here. Other areas that have been really gummed up are just right underneath the armpit, so I might just hang out here and just start to dig around and find the areas that feel tender. And also, everything was kind of stretched as my belly was getting bigger, and so it's really important that we start to move that fascia in. So we can roll here in serratus anterior, so doing some kneading. If we felt really brave, we could roll onto the side here. So you can do some pelvic tilts, forward and back. As you do pelvic tilts, this will start to create a little bit of pressure from the tilting action. And then you can think about extension of the spine, flexion of the spine. And as you just move this distal part of the body, that increases and changes the force placed on the apex of the rad round. If you find a spot that's like really intense, like I'm finding this right here, I can just kind of melt onto it and breathe. So after stretching that zone, we want that stretch to stay. So you can go here, stretching in that area that we just worked and released, or we can go into extended side angle and go here. We can also roll into extension, flexion, extension, heart towards the floor, and flexion, just teasing out that fascia. And then the last area that I really want to target is right about here. So it's kind of like right around where the thoracic and the lumbar spine meet. So if this feels too intense, you can always use the helix as well. This is gonna be a lot more like pressure on a location, kind of like localized pressure. So I'm finding this area right in the thoracolumbar junction. I'm gonna start with my pelvic tilts, forward and back, forward and back. I can move my shoulders, internal and external rotation to move the proximal and distal areas. So notice here, just like kind of squishing the ball versus here, extension, flexion, just a slight change here. So I'm gonna walk the ball down until I find that really, really tight and gummed up area. Once I find it, then I can start to crawl into my side lying position and then back onto my back. So again, I'm finding that area, that location. I'm pinning it. It's really difficult to see from the front, but if you're underneath, behind, you can kind of see as well. So pinning it, pinning it, pinning it, and I'm wrapping my body around so that I encourage that fascia to kind of scoot in towards the midline. I can also just target a location and just hang out in like a partial side lying position. But the QLs and the lower lats are definitely really, really tight after having a baby and carrying that much weight. So really important to get that work done. And then the final piece is taking the smaller round. And we talked about like getting everything to kind of cinch up and in. So it's literally taking that ball and then flushing in the direction of the fascia. Of course, our intercostals are going to be, some are going to be going this way in our internal external obliques, some are going this way, and we're just kind of scooting everything in. I'm doing it kind of on both sides, but I'm just drawing everything in so that everything corsets back in. And ideally we would do this on both sides, but for brevity today, I just want to show you that progression of mid-thoracic spine, moving to underneath the armpit, and moving to the other locations that we discussed. And once we've rolled everything out, we can go into some baby cobra lifts. Here to here. And then rest in child's pose. And then the final stretch that I'd recommend after working those areas would be in thoracic rotation. I'm gonna do my best to incorporate Margaret in because she's getting a little fussy. So let's say I wanted to do thoracic rotation. It can be here, just keeping the baby incorporated. Let's say the baby wasn't with me, I could lift my opposite arm up and over and perform my thoracic rotation twist towards my bent leg this way. All right, so for those of us busy mamas who have little ones that we're caring for, it's just so important and so imperative to make sure that we take time for self-care. Even if that means our workout is not perfect, we're not able to kind of get into our target heart rate zone, we're still modeling wellness for our young ones. And at the end of the day, if we get it done, we still get time for ourselves and we're incorporating them. There's still some element of connection and it feels like play for them. Like they're used to crawling on the ground. So that when they see us crawling on the ground and we're present with them, that's just really ideal for just creating good bonds as they're growing.